Happy Saturday, Texas, and welcome to the Connect Show. I'm Natalie Cargile, and I am here with my business bestie, Wendy Morales. We're ready to bring the heat.
Good morning, Natalie, and happy Saturday, everyone.
So excited for today's show, and what a week, right? Texas just had. I mean, it looks like things are finally getting back to some level of normalcy after the crazy winter blast that took over the state. What was it like for you in Austin, Wendy?
Well, Natalie, I can honestly say it was quite a challenge for a lot of people here. We were very lucky to only lose water for about the last 3 days and towards the end. I know a lot of people were not as lucky and are still recovering. With that in mind, I'm going to be sharing some posts on my social media stories where I will be highlighting ways we can help those that are still in need. But moving along, we have a very busy show today, and we're talking how to build your tolerance for risk. How do you know if it's worth going for it?
Well, I think it's, just something that you feel in your heart. If it's something that you just can't let go, you kind of keep turning back to this maybe great idea that you have. I think that is when you know that you've got to at least try it to see if it's going to work out, because, it's either yes or it's no, right? With risk. What about you? How do you kind of move through risk?
I think I'm very similar to what you just mentioned. I think, when there's something there, it keeps coming back to you. And then that's when it tells you, okay, it's time to move on this. It's time to move forward, take that leap, and let's just take the risk and do it. Just do it.
Yeah. I think there are a lot of people at home that might have a business idea, something that they feel passionate about, but they're just kind of on the fence. It's like, should I make this move? Should I invest in this? And I think money can stop a lot of people from making a move, taking a risk, right? Because, we're willing to go spend $500 on a pair of shoes or a purse, but, oh, you want me to pay $500 for this course? That's crazy. And for me, as a serial entrepreneur, that's the mindset I stay away from at all times. In fact, I'd rather go buy the course or the program than the bag, because that is the bag, right? When they talk about securing the bag is up here. So it's kind of my thought on that.
I agree 100%. And I think, like you said, to be able to buy that bag, you have to invest in yourself. And I know someone that always says, to make money, you got to spend money, but you have to spend it in the right places, definitely, and get moving and get started and just take that leap of faith on yourself.
That's right. Well, today we're talking risk, we're talking faith, we're talking girl bosses, and boss babes are going to be tuning in for the next half hour. They are checking in from across Texas, and they're coming to inspire, to influence, and to network with you. Next, we'll be right back.
Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
Well, we're back, and there is nothing like a wedding in the Hill Country or Texas for that matter. Yes. And we have just the wedding expert to make all your wedding dreams come true.
That's right. So Arleen, welcome to the show.
Hello.
So happy to have you. Yes, West Texas Stand Up. I know you're excited. They're like, yes, that's a familiar face. I know that face. But you're now based in the ATX, and you have a background in banking. So I love your story. We're going to talk a little bit about your husband, because it's his background in media and shooting headshots for local talent in West Texas that kind of got you all started. So talk a little bit about that.
Hi, ladies. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, my background is in banking. I was a banker for many years, and that's where I learned how to basically run a business. My husband was the art director for a local company there in Midland, Odessa, in West Texas, when we lived there. And that's where he picked up his first camera in 2004. He began shooting all the on-air talent, the anchors for the local CBS affiliate, and it just kind of evolved from there. So at the time, we were both working our full-time jobs. I was working at the bank, and he was working at the studio. And I decided I'm going to quit my job. We had our first baby, so I wanted to stay home and take care of him, and that's what we did. So I quit my job. A few years later, Gabe quit his job after we got really busy starting to shoot all of our friends and family, and then eventually weddings. And that's where the whole wedding photography business came.
Once again, I highly recommend, going to Arleen, if you're currently engaged or if you are looking to start planning a wedding, and they have all the package that comes with it. Arleen, so with that being said, how can people work with you? How can they set up a consultation, or how could they book you?
Well, we do have free consultations. I always like to get to know our couples and make sure that we're the right fit. So they can contact me on our website, www.silveriohouse.com. They can also follow us on social media, on Facebook and Instagram at Silverio House Weddings. And we would love to help you. And you can call me or send me a message, and we'd be more than happy to just sit and talk for a little bit and see what we can help you with.
Sustainable? Is it breathable? Is it non-toxic? I am Andrea Cepedas, the creator of Du Sol, a sustainable underwear brand for little girls and women. And this Saturday, I will be telling you all about the importance of it. Tune in.
All right, well, welcome back. We're kicking things off with Living Chic, right? You want to live chic. Boutique, and the owner, Bonnie Kendall, she's in the building, and she is bringing all of the apparel and accessories you need to just strut right into spring. Wendy, I know you're just going to strut your way into this season. All right, Bonnie, so welcome to the show.
Hi, thank y'all so much for having me today. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm happy to have you here too. Let's get into it.
So Bonnie, let's start with what is trending. What will we be seeing this spring?
Spring is going to be all floral. Floral never really goes out of style, but it is going to be here for spring. So you are going to see tons of floral for spring. And y'all, I'm excited. I don't know if y'all wore gacho pants when y'all were in high school, but guess what? Gacho pants are coming back. And linen pants. It's going to be a big deal this season, is linen pants and shorts and all of that for spring.
I love that. So let's talk about this Facebook group you have. That's one of the things that really I was taken aback by when we had a chance to visit before getting on air. And you have a group. I think a lot of us that are building communities, we want to have a space where we can talk to the people that are into what we deliver, right? And your Facebook group is pretty large. You have thousands of people in there, and this is your busiest purchasing space. So what advice do you have for people looking to build a community? How do we make this thing grow?
That is for sure. So when I started with the Facebook group. So I knew Facebook better than Instagram. And so I went for it. And the Facebook group is more of a community. I have a business page as well, and I have an Instagram, but my Facebook group, I would say, is actually a community. I have never met a lot of these girls, but I feel like I know them. They comment on stuff. They interact with me. I'm not always just posting clothes. I posted something the other day that said, tell me a story that's 100% true, but nobody would believe. And it was all kinds of interaction, people talking, not just to me, but amongst themselves. And then I was able to interact with them. And then it just helps get a deeper relationship with these customers. And then you just build on that. And then you're able to learn more about them and be able to grow your business more through that.
Speaking of growing your business, you launched your business 4 years ago. Can you talk about how you got started?
Yeah, so I actually was an ultrasound tech for 10 years in an OBGYN clinic here in Midland and loved it, still love it. But I always knew that I had this desire to be my own boss. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And so I just started thinking at the end of 2016, what is it that I want to do? What can I build for myself? And I just started researching. I talked to a friend who also does this in Lubbock and asked her some questions and just kind of went from there, and then set up a business name, got all the sales tax and tax IDs and all the legalities out of the way, and just went for it. And actually, I am just passing my 4-year anniversary. February 21st, 2017 is when I started. So starting year 5 now.
Love it. You go, girl. Well, we will be keeping up with all things Bonnie. So yes, excited for that. You at home, stay tuned. Coming up next, you can't have great outerwear without great underwear, right? To hold it all together. But are your underwear sustainable? Are they breathable? Phew. We're going to talk about it.
Yes, they need to be. Learn why next with Andrea Cepedas, founder of Do Sol. We'll be right back.
If you missed last week's episode of The Connect Show, don't fret. Binge watch Netflix style, only on YouTube at Natalie's Network. You see, we're not just creating female-based content. We are handing you the blueprint to success. Every Saturday, catching up close and personal peek with high-influence women on The Connect Show Texas, The Connect Show South Florida, and oh yeah, The Connect Show Twin Cities.
Oh, welcome back to the Connect Show Texas. Thanks for joining us on your Saturday morning. And we have Andrea Cepedas from Do Sol. Welcome to the show, Andrea.
Hello, how are you, ladies?
Doing good. Happy you're back. I saw you on South Florida, Miami, showing us these sustainable, breathable underwear. Who knew? So I was like, yeah, you got to come to Texas.
Yes, I love it. I'm so happy to be back. Thank you.
Andrea, so Do Sol is an amazing line of panties for women and little girls. And it does a great job of being eco-conscious, sustainable, and ethically sourced, but at the same time fashionable. How did you get started?
So thank you so much for your kind words. Let me just give you like an overview of how it came to be. So I was really going on this journey of sustainability and educating myself on it and learning why it's important, why does it matter, and how could I even be more sustainable. So on this journey, I decided to search for sustainable underwear. And what I realized was that it wasn't important to make more sustainable choices just for the planet's sake, but for our own sake. So I realized that it was super important for us to also use fabrics that are non-toxic and breathable for the most intimate part of the feminine body. And that's when I realized, like, okay, sustainable underwear are non-negotiable for multiple reasons. So I started searching and I found some really wonderful brands, but none that fit my own personal taste because it is underwear. So I wanted them to be sensual and sexy and flattering.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to pick between sustainable and sensual. So I found a gap that I wanted to fill and I took on that job.
Right.
That's right. And Do Sol seems to really be fulfilling a growing need in the fashion industry. Can you show us some of your products? And
Absolutely.
okay, awesome. And what is your vision for Do Sol in the future?
Sure. So let's start with showing you some of the products. So right now it comes in 3 styles for women. And 1 for little girls because their little delicate bodies are super sensitive as well and deserve very breathable fabric that is non-toxic. So the first style for women, it's the thong, and this is the back of it so you can see. This is the front.
They just look like they feel so nice and soft.
The softest fabric you could ever dream of. So the thong is for those to feel like they like to feel like they have nothing on because that's what it'll feel like. It's super, super, super soft. It's amazing. Then this is the cheeky, which is a little bit of a more playful, a little bit more full coverage than the thong. And then here, the final one is the hipster, which is the more full coverage option. And it's kind of like a boy short. This is like the best friend that we always crave during that time of the month where we need that extra support and comfort and just underwear that make us feel so good when we need it most. And like you said, the fabric is very, very soft. It's kind of like a very soft, silky type of feel, but breathable. So that's great.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and then to answer the second part of your question, the future for Du Sol is hopefully just growth, because the idea of it is it's a very educational kind of brand as well. It's about creating that awareness. It's about really inspiring others and motivating others to take care of themselves, to take care of the earth, and take care of each other. So yeah, that's hopefully the goal, to just really spread out there.
You are perfect for building this brand, and your passion for the business on all levels really shines through, Andrea. So I appreciate you being here. Ladies, go get some Du Sol, breathable, sustainable. Let's get it together, right?
Yes.
Let's get it together. How can we shop, Andrea, real quick? How can we buy?
DouxSol.com, DOUXSOL.com. And as a form of gratitude, because I'm so grateful to be here, you can use the code CONNECT for 15% off. And you can use that whenever. So yeah,
I'm there.
Thank you ladies so much.
Yes, girl. You're going to see my transaction push through. I'm excited.
I love it.
Thanks for being with us, Andrea. I love what you are doing. Up next, how to build your brand through Pinterest. We've got a Pinterest pro dropping all the deets next.
Pull up, girl boss, and join the show. That's right. It's time for your 5 minutes of fame with the hosts of the Connect Show Miami. Yes, every week we bring you girl bosses that bring the magic. It's time for the level up, ladies. Join us on Saturdays, 6 a.m. on Fox 29. Register to be a guest at theconnectonline.com.
Welcome back. So we're talking the power of Pinterest. And I think many people might think, what is the point of even being on Pinterest if I'm not offering something aesthetically pleasing? Well, Miss Amy, you are here to debunk all the myths and help us, allow our businesses to soar via Pinterest. So welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. My name's Livinglocurto, and I'm actually a blogger at livinglocurto.com. And I've been on Pinterest since the very beginning. And and then I started teaching Pinterest courses to other bloggers and influencers. And it has just spread like wildfire, because now I realize so many other people besides influencers need to be on Pinterest. So I've been teaching all about that. Yeah.
So with that being said, how should women in business and female entrepreneurs be incorporating Pinterest into their platform?
Well, Pinterest has over 400 million users. I think there's about 88 million just in the United States alone. So that is a free audience for you to promote your business to and your services. And it doesn't have to be, we always think it's got to be these beautiful photos. It's got to be some beautiful food, whatever it is. If you are offering services for anything, it can be real estate, you can be a hairstylist, whatever it is, you should be on Pinterest, because that is just 88 million people in the United States. You are just forgetting about,
Get all of the things out. My friend Sharon Radigan is a feng shui consultant, and that's always step one: a clean, clear space, beautiful door. Amy, you have more than 30,000 supporters in your community, and you are actually sharing with our community a course on Pinterest. So talk a little bit about that before we go.
Yeah, last year I started a separate part of my company, and it's called amycircle.com. And it's basically, you're just a part of my inner circle, where I am considered a power pinner. I've been pinning, and actually I was the very first Pinterest ambassador, and I used to go around and be their official speaker at conferences. So I've worked with Pinterest for many, many years. And so if you're part of my circle, I will teach you secrets and all the things that you need to know to be able to get tons of traffic from Pinterest, to make sales through Pinterest, because now there's shoppable pins. There's just so many new things going on there. And it's hard to, you can read all of these things about it, but why not come to an expert and somebody that's already getting mega traffic from Pinterest and somebody that's worked for Pinterest? So I started Amy's Circle, and I've got several kind of courses. I've got mini courses and mastermind courses. And then I also make templates, because really the secret to success on Pinterest is to have an eye-catching pin, to have something that just brings people, gets their attention, and they want to click on it and go to your website, to your shop, and buy your services or whatever you're selling. You know, think of it as a billboard. It's just a free billboard for you to promote your services. I love Pinterest.
Yeah, so great to know this. So you will find this course on our website at connectonline.com. And up next, we're talking car care for ladies. If you have a flat tire or an oil leak, would you know what to do? Our next guest is educating all women on what they need to do when it comes to their car. Cindy Calderon is up next.
Are you ready to transform your body in just 30 minutes a day from your living room? I'm Tracy Campoli, the creator of Total Body Transformation, the excuse-proof fitness program made for busy babes like you and me to get fit, sweat, and smile. We've been featured on Good Morning America, The Today Show, and in USA Today. All you have to do is simply log in and press play. No boredom, no stress, and no dread. All in just 30 short minutes from the comfort of your own home. Go to tracycampoli.com to get started today.
Well, welcome back to the Connect Show, Texas. So, Wendy, this is going to be good. We've got the owner of Ladieskarcare with us, and it's Miss Cindy Calderon. So I'm excited for this because this segment, it's true. Women do get taken advantage of at times when we go see the mechanic. So today, Cindy is going to share with us car basics that really every woman needs to know. So Cindy, welcome to the show.
Hi, so happy to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Yes, Los Angeles is in the building, but you work with women everywhere.
Yes, I do. Actually, our company, it's an online basis, so we can work with anyone.
I love
Cindy,
it. All right.
So Cindy, how did you go from clueless to confident when it came to your car? And what do most women not know?
You know, I was clueless about my car and everything about cars 6 years ago. I didn't know nothing about cars. So we opened a business with my husband that is a repair shop 6 years ago. And he was the expert. He was the one who knew everything about cars, and we went to college for that. So I was supporting him and everything that I could on the business. And I was not interested in learning more about cars because I had my husband. But, you know, it was that moment when I started seeing this pattern coming over and over again on our business. And because I was in the front desk helping my customers, I noticed that female clients always feel afraid, always come with this story, with this awful experience that they had before when it comes to auto repair, and when they bring their cars in. And I was like, why this is happening? I mean, I thought that was something that was in the past, but I mean, this is a pattern that keeps repeating. And I told my husband, you know what? I feel like women need to be empowered on this area, but I don't know anything about cars, so I don't know how I can help. So he was like, well, maybe this is a good time for you to start learning. So for 2 years, he started teaching me everything that he could about cars. I was so excited because I was just learning little things and noticed that it's so simple, that sometimes we overcomplicate things. And when I started learning this, it's so simple. So what I started doing is like, well, I think I can do this and I can start helping one customer at a time. So that's what I started doing. And I started asking questions to my female clients like, hey, do you know how to open your car hood? Because if you don't know, I can help you. Do you know how to check the fluids? And I started asking questions of things that I was learning. And what I found out was that 70% of my clients, they don't even know how to open their car hood. So that scared me. And I was like, okay, we have to do something more. And that's when we decided with my husband to start our clinics. We did it once a month. And we just invite every female that wants to learn about their car maintenance, what to do in case of a car emergency situation, and things like that. So that's when Ladieskarcare actually was born.
All right. What about this? Now, I was impressed with this. Did you know, Boss Babe, that fluids are color coded? So if you see a leak, Boss Babe, can you tell what the problem is? No,
Absolutely not.
I can tell you there is a problem, but that's about it.
That's right.
So break that down, the colors, because that's interesting. And I appreciated you sharing that with me, Cindy. What does it mean if it's red, and what does it mean if it's neon?
Yeah, that's something that everyone should know, because sometimes you have car leaks, and when you move the car, when you're in the driveway and you see the leak, you can quickly identify what is the problem. So let's say if the color is neon, usually the coolant of your car, all the colors, and it can be pink neon, green neon, even blue, but neon colors, those are the coolant of your car. So if you see something that is neon color, that means it's the coolant of your car that is leaking, and you have to check that out. Let's say if the color is red, that means that it's the transmission fluid, that is something going on with the transmission, and you have to check that out. I mean, there's different color. The other one is the maple, like the maple color, and that's the oil. And that's very simple. What I recommend is just grab a white paper towel, just put it on, and you will see the color automatically, and then you will figure out, oh, okay, guys, yeah, maple color, okay, that's oil. Or obviously there's the clear one that is the water, that is the more common that we see under the car. But yeah, all the fluids in our car are color coded.
Cindy, just tell me the price. Send me my book. I'm ready. I'm ready, Cindy.
Same.
And our guest, yes, Wendy, high five. Woo! Our guests are ready too. So people, reach out to Cindy Calderon. She's got everything you need to keep your car and your maintenance up to date. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
Stop Checking Your Likes is the hottest must-read of the moment. This is not a book about social media. It's about shaking off that need for approval and living your incredible life. It's available everywhere books are sold.
All right, looks like we're ready for the world, Wendy.
Such a fun show today, and we are so excited and ready to see you back here next week.
Bye.